So you may be asking yourself, maybe you have even asked yourself this question over the last couple of days since that devastating loss Colorado suffered to Stanford in double overtime. What's going on with this team? I mean, is it too many expectations put on young kids? I stutter when I say all of that because it's a hesitation more than anything, because I technically don't believe it's any of that, although I'll run down some possible scenarios of each one of why it could be those. Thank you for watching. I'm Anthony, AP, yeah, and you are listening to and watching the E for One podcast. Before I even set this off and get started, make sure you do two quick things. Of course, I'm going to say like this video, but most importantly, subscribe. It's very important you subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section once you finish listening to my soliloquy right here. The loss was terrible. And let's get this right. The team didn't do themselves any justice by being penalized 17 times for 127 yards. That's just unforgivable. Another thing that was unforgivable this past weekend, this past Friday, was a 20.9 lead just delinquishing and vanishing like that, and you losing the game after being up 29-0. That's just the unforgiven. That you just can't. I have no words for that, and they should have no words for that. The coaching staff should have no words for that. So what is it? Is it the coaching staff? Are I don't know. One of the things that I think maybe has went remiss in this whole situation is that Travis Hunter did come back and make his return after being a month off. He did have a pretty good game, a very good game. But Travis Hunter also had over 100 snaps. That is absolutely too many for a player coming off not seeing any action for a month. He playing both sides of the ball, offense and defense. I think that was just too many. They should have eased him, even though he had a good game. They should have definitely smoothed him in and eased him into the game a little bit more. Let me know what you think about that. One of the things that really I questioned when I didn't really question it, but it made me think and go a little bit deeper. And I'm going to paraphrase what Coach Prime said in his post-game presser. Coach Prime asked the question to the players. He said, and this is pretty much a direct quote. He said, are they in love with this game? Are you in love with this game? Or are you in like with it? Because when you love something, you give to it unconditionally. You give everything you got to it. When you like something, that's just a button you push. Basically, Coach Prime was questioning, this player, their heart, their love for the game of football. And is that being I ask myself, is that being unrealistic considering that these are kids? These are still teenagers. This is a team that's been newly formed, and this is only their fifth, sixth game playing together. I think Coach Prime I love Coach Prime. Check out all of my previous videos on this channel talking about Coach Prime, his upliftment, and everything positive he brings to this game and to life. But these expectations might be just a tad bit unrealistic, just because, remind you, like I just said, these are kids, college kids. And I don't know if it was Coach Prime or a member of his coaching staff, but I did hear that over the weekend, one of the coaches, like I said, correct me if I'm wrong, it could have been Coach Prime, it could have been another coach on the staff, had mentioned that 99% of these kids won't make it to the NFL. I would project that as basically saying, if a coach is telling me that, you're basically saying that I have no chance of making it to that next level. So why should I give my all to this thing right here if, when I graduate in a couple years, if I graduate, whenever I graduate, it won't be in the NFL. Why am I risking my life, putting my life on the line for a game that you feel that I'm not going to be good enough at to advance to the next level? You're questioning my skills. I'm questioning my skills as a player. So it's just like, why should I give my all to it? Why don't I just devote my thoughts and my attention to my next mission in life after this college football career is briefly over with, like my occupation, or what am I going to be in life once I graduate from this institution. So that right there took me back a little bit. And then you have the distractions of social media. You have the distractions of women. I mean, let's just basically call it for what it is. We've seen all the hype over the last couple of weeks and all the months. ESPN, Fox Sports, FS1. I mean, these kids have been plastered all over social media, internet, magazines, everywhere. These kids are college kids and teenagers that are pretty much celebrities, whether it be at their university or to the schools that they go visit and play these games at. These kids and this whole movement that's going on, which is a movement that I love, and it's a positive movement that Coach Prime has presented to all of us. These kids are being treated as celebrities. So that would definitely be a distraction for me, trying to balance me not only being able to play football, at this level, but also trying to balance this new stardom that I have. Like I said, all of the big name players on the team, all of the quote unquote stars on the team, the college collegiate stars on the team, they all have, of course, IG and social media pages, and they all have YouTube channels. So that right there is a distraction within itself. There's a positive and there's a negative to anything. Sometimes players their heads get very, very big and very, very huge. Shedeur Sanders, amazing quarterback. But let's just be clear here. What happened this past Friday at halftime, when I don't know if it was Shedeur or one of the members of his squad, one of the members of his promotional team, or whoever handles his Instagram, fumbled the ball, and they made a horrible mistake by selling merch on IG at halftime during this historic loss. I mean, that literally backfired. That is a major distraction. Anytime a player is not only doing that during halftime, first of all, on his phone and on IG and checking his phone and IG or what's popping on IG at halftime, but you're selling merch at halftime. Where is your head at? That was just very unprofessional. And my final point is, these kids haven't even had a glimpse of the next level of what Coach Prime has seen in the NFL Super Bowls with two different teams. He's an NFL Hall of Famer. So no, the players are not going to have that love that he has and he has and currently still has for the game, because they haven't reached those pinnacle heights like Coach Prime reached in his career. And everybody develops at different levels. And mind you, these are still kids. So, part of you have to be tough and rough and stern on kids like he's been. But you have to be a little bit gentle, too, because they're still kids. And that's one thing I give kudos to Coach Prime for, walking that thin line of giving props, but being stern and being an enforcer at the same time. That's definitely hard to do. But anyway, leave a comment in the comment section. I definitely want to know what y'all got to think about this. Thank you for watching E for One Podcast. I'm AP. Subscribe. Once again, subscribe to this channel right here, and I will check y'all later. Peace. Have a good one. Peace.